Aloha, I'm Deslynn Jaquias. I'm the host of Healing with Aloha Podcast, located on the island of Kaua'i. On this podcast, we bring hope and healing globally. We talk about healing, we talk about grief, we talk about mental health, and we talk about living your life with passion. Today, I have the honor and privilege of having Pua Avaeoru. She is a single mom of two boys. She currently lives on Oahu, raised her boys on Kaua'i. She's been a performer, Polynesian dancer her whole life, a choreographer of Lu'au Kalāmaku on Kaua'i. She's been raised by her father, who taught her everything she knows. And she's currently working in the movie industry, and it's been 4 years now. And so, without further ado, guys, this is Pua. Hi, Pua.
Hi, aloha.
I'm so grateful to have you. I've been following your journey in the movie industry, and it's so exciting. And like we were talking earlier, there's only a handful of women that are in the industry. Can you tell people a little bit about, what made you take the leap to try something totally different than what you've been doing your whole life as a performer?
Um, it's I guess um, it started yeah about 4 years ago when I was on Kaua'i and they were casting for this big feature film, uh, big actors on it like Dwayne Johnson, and I was not really up for it at first, but a lot of my friends were like, you should submit yourself. They're looking for this type of female, this type of look. So for about like a couple of weeks, I didn't do anything about it. Then after a while, I was like, okay, what's the worst that can happen? If I get a no, but oh well. So I went and submitted like, my personal infos and a couple pictures of myself, and like the end of the day they called me back and they said that they wanted to, see me. They wanted to cast me. So I went ahead and did the whole, audition kind of thing, and I guess what really, turned on the light switch in my head was when I was on set that first weekend. I was just they were filming a scene with the male, and but as the female, we were like in the back, and I was just watching from afar how the whole production was going, and uh, and it's almost like, and it's pretty much like being a choreographer. It's pretty much how it is. Everybody play is in at their places place. Everybody's placed at their part and play their parts on the set for that specific scene.
Yeah.
And and then just like the choreographer, when the director calls action, and then that's when everybody do what they're supposed to do, and it's just like dancing. It's literally like watching a performance.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this is another side of the entertainment industry that I definitely want to be part of. That I want to try, and I want to really grow into. That's what happened on that day, and that's what made me, pursue that career. Yeah, that path.
Mhm. Tell everybody which movie you ended up being on, your first movie.
My first movie was Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, and it was so
And
encouraging when they showed
Dwayne
the
Johnson.
yeah, with
Yeah,
Dwayne Johnson, one of my favorite actors. I remember because
yeah,
you're on the trailer.
yeah.
I was like, wait, I know her, because you don't know right until the actual thing. It's like, I know her. Oh my gosh, that is so awesome.
Yeah.
To see you, and then to see you transform over and to go to become a stunt woman.
Yeah, that's another big thing. Because I felt that, I mean, acting is definitely not easy. It's a lot of work. It's a lot. But if you're really passionate about something, you should keep going. You know, there's always going to be ups and downs for sure, but you know, the main goal is to, you know, is to keep driving, you know, keep doing what you love, and then because you end up by not working after a while, you know, if you do what you love, you're not working anymore. You know,
Yeah.
you just playing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you definitely play because I like we were talking about you know, on your social media you share clips and you're playing, but I'm like, man, you're taking big risk at your playtime. But like you said, you
Yeah.
prepare, right? To
Yeah.
the scene I'm
Yeah.
talking about is the one with the truck.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's I was a stunt double for this actress. The the series is on Amazon. Is it on Amazon? Yeah, Amazon Prime. It's I know what she did last summer. Um, so yeah, that stunt was my body definitely took a toll on it because it was hard. It was really tough. You know, it was hard. It was I was in a lot of pain. You know, the next day. Let's just put it that way. Yeah,
Yeah. I was
yeah,
like, oh my gosh. And I was like, I can't believe she did that. You know what I mean? But like we said, there's a lot of stuff you do that you can't show, you know, behind the
yeah.
scenes with all the movies and the shows that you're on and whatnot. How do you
Mhm.
prepare yourself like mentally? Because I've been on two movie sets and I the Disney Jungle Cruise, I got to
Yeah.
see the stuntman like go down fall downstairs. I'm like, oh my gosh. But like how do you prepare yourself like mentally before, you know, leading up into the day?
Um, I guess for me, I what I do is I go over the script a lot, you know, so I'm familiar with the story, um, and I try to embody, you know, the character I'm gonna double if I'm her stunt double. You know, I'm trying to embody it. So that's the mental preparation is definitely the most important than the physical part.
Hmm.
That that's the most challenging one, and that's the most critical one that you have to. Yeah, the mental preparation is number one for sure. When you're on set, you always got to be prepared because there's always you know, things that never happen the way you want them to happen. It never happens that way. Yeah,
Like the
there's always
choreography.
something. Yeah, the choreography, or you know, the camera died, or the director's late, or you know, there's always something happening. Yeah, so you always have to be prepared for the unexpected, and which sometimes requires to wait for a long time. But once you have to go, once they call you, okay, you're on, then you gotta be
Bring
ready
it
right there on the spot. Yeah,
right.
you
Well,
gotta
and
be ready and right down the spot. You have to be ready to switch, like when they call, they want you to do something to switch to something different. You have to be able to execute it right away.
to
It's
be
very
able to
challenging
adapt.
mentally, not necessarily physically, but mentally it is. Yeah,
Yeah, because maybe the idea of what they wanted and you know it didn't look the way they wanted. So they have to like
that right,
modify.
exactly. Yeah,
Like, okay,
exactly. Yeah,
that angle is not gonna fly. Do it
yeah,
again, but we're gonna go this way now.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah,
I mean, like it's kind of like life though, right? You know, you
it
make
is. It
plans
is.
with life and then stuff happen and then you gotta like switch it.
Absolutely, exactly. And you have to be ready. You're like, oh crap, you know, I gotta turn around and go get this now. You know, yeah, it's just like life. Yeah, always be ready. Yeah,
Well, and you know,
but
and
don't panic. Don't panic. Yeah,
it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
yeah, it's gonna be okay.
Well, no, okay, so like on top of the fact that you're doing this, you're also a mom. I mean, the boys are older now. They're in their 20s. You know,
Yeah.
what is the thing that you've learned, you know, like between balancing that and then, you know, they're in a different stage in life. what is the one thing that you want to share with moms that you've learned about yourself, and what they can like share with their kids about following your dreams and just being your own person?
Yeah, pretty much. Just be authentic. Be yourself. There's no shortcut to it. And I mean you know we're not. Every kid is different. So even though you come from big families and you help raise your brother or sister, and then eventually you have your own kids, it's never the same. It's not the same. And you just gotta take it as the day comes, pretty much. And it's okay because nobody's perfect. People gonna judge you no matter what. People gonna
Mhm.
judge you no matter what. But it's at the end of the day, you only gotta answer to your children, to your family at the end of the day. So nobody else can, you know, you gotta cut that negativity and just be grateful that you have that day, you know, to spend with them, and the next day you wake up and you have another day again. Yeah,
Yeah, like just really like love them, and everybody has their own style of what they feel is love. You know what I mean? Like one kid, they like to just hang out with you, and then the other kid is like just talk to him, and then he cool.
yeah, yeah. Kids kids are amazing. Kids are literally your best teachers. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I tell people like I learn more from my son than he learns from me, I swear, because
yeah.
they're constantly transforming, they're constantly learning, and for us it's like,
Okay.
okay, especially like with technology and stuff like that, it's like, okay, this is
Yeah,
so not,
yeah.
uh,
And even as parent or adults, we because we're adults already, it doesn't mean we know everything. No, we always learning. We're still learning. Yeah,
yeah, no,
every
I
day.
agree. Like before, I don't know about you, but growing up, you know how you ask your parents, right? Like, oh, do you know this and this, right? um like telling your child like, honestly, I don't know, you gotta Google it or something, like, I wish I knew but I
Right,
don't
right.
know. Because sometimes I feel like growing up, some parents, they don't say they don't know. I don't know what, maybe they weren't told they
Right,
could say, but now I'm like, I don't know. You have a better chance in finding out more than me. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one. um
Yeah,
so I wanted to ask you, one of the things, outside of you being an actress, a stunt woman and whatnot, you do your own, like, for fun. You do comedy through like
yeah.
TikTok
This kind
and
of stuff
Reels.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What inspired you to do? Because you do like the most random stuff, like cracks me up. Like, can you share with everybody what inspires you to do what you do? Because you do some funny
I
ones.
don't know. I guess because I'm pretty funny. I'm not just this serious, quiet type. I mean, I don't know. I think for some people they see me like as more like a quiet person, but once you get to know me, I'm pretty lolo. I'm pretty much.
I'm off the wall. Trust me. Don't let
Yeah,
me fool you.
off the wall. I do some stuff sometimes, but nothing like nothing harmful. It's just for fun. It's just a way. It helps me, I guess, laugh also. Get a good kick, out of myself. Yeah.
so, so I'm probably gonna share with everybody that one clip, that the one you opened the door and then you flew
Yeah.
some,
Oh yeah.
right? You know what you're talking about? The Shrek one? Is it the Shrek one?
The one I flew, the door open and then I
Yeah.
flew on the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that one. Yeah,
Well, I mean, like, to me, humor has been like valuable in healing and just life. Because there are just certain things you just can't fix or can't change.
true, 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 absolutely. Like or certain things, takes time. I mean, everybody's different. everybody's on their own path, and we all heal differently, you know.
Yes.
So I'm more of a, if I if I get hurt, I'm more like, I take care of myself. You know, I'm more, I don't like somebody take care of myself. I take care of myself.
Yeah.
You know, and that's so I do things to heal myself. I do things like that. You know, some videos.
Comedy. Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
mean, I know, like, sometimes people don't understand, like, humor goes a long way, you
yeah,
know, because you know how, like, they have that phrase, like, it is what it is.
yeah, yeah.
It's
But
like,
yeah, it's for healing. Humor for me has it definitely helps me. You know, every day for sure. You know, and I'm so it's definitely a tool that everybody should you know, should have, you know, or if they don't, then should look into it. You know, it's because you know, happy people are just, you know, they all they want to do is just uh, be happy and share happy, you know,
and
and
enjoy
that's pretty
life.
much it. Enjoy,
Yep.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. Be
Yeah. And then,
happy and share. Yeah,
yeah, and just be able to, you know, not let the things that we have to, like, as an adult, like, we have to deal with, you know what I mean, in life, weigh us down. Like, we acknowledge it, but okay, let's keep going. Let's keep it rolling forward. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
You can, you know, like we all, it's at the end of the day, it's really about what you really want for, you know, for your life. You know, it's we have, you have, in life we have good and bad. You know, so you really got to choose. We are so grateful, so lucky that we can make choices in our life.
Mhm.
Right? That's a free thing that we have, and but we should not take our lives definitely for granted. So, you know, we should choose wisely if we want to, you know, to enjoy this time where that we have right now, then we should definitely choose wisely and make the best of it, you know,
Yeah, and
for
you
our
know,
own well-being.
yeah, and so, like, sometimes, and we were talking about this earlier, it's like sometimes the decisions that we make, people won't understand, and they won't always
Mhm.
like, they won't always agree with. But at the end
Yeah,
of the day, we gotta feel solid about what decisions we're making. You know what I mean? Because people
yeah,
pleasing and wanting to make other people happy, it limits you.
true, true. Yeah, at the end of the day, you have to really like live yourself, you know, live your life for you know, not for others, you know. It's literally because you the one who wakes yourself up in the morning. You're the one who puts yourself to sleep at night, you know. So yeah, you really gotta really come to understanding with that, you know, your true self, yeah. Who you are, what you want, and yeah, go for what you deserve and go for what you, yeah, what you want, you know, for yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, do you think that like, you understood that, but do you feel like putting yourself in like, because now you're on another Hawaiian island, you're on Oahu, you know, and it's two
Yeah.
different worlds, like, night and
Mhm.
day, right? Do
Yeah.
you feel
Yeah.
like when you started surrounding yourself with people who had similar interests with you, and they understood your dreams and your goals, that you felt like that helped you? You know what I mean? Because they understood the sacrifice, they understood the hustle, they understood, like, taking care of yourself and when to protect your energy, and you know, like, there's certain things you don't have to do, you know, and there's certain things, yeah, go for it. Do you feel like that played a role also in you being able to be where you're at? You know what I mean? Like, as
Oh,
far as,
definitely. People have a huge influence in my life. Yeah, either good or bad. So I definitely learn also a lot from people around me. You know, I do. You know, like, you know, I'm always learning about myself every day. There's always something I'm learning about myself that I didn't know a month ago. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is what I like. This is what I prefer today. Today, you know what I mean? So people definitely have, you know, have impacted my life in many ways that I take it. I look into it. I look at it as definitely lessons, and they taught me a lot as well. Definitely, yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, especially I know like in the beginning phases when you're training, like talk
Hmm.
about pushing your limits mentally and physically.
Yeah, it's really it's really about like focus. It's really about what you really if it's it's really finding that that fire, I guess, that like what is it that you want. And it's okay that if you're not gonna get it when you want it, just knowing that it's there. Just
Hmm.
keep going after it. It's there. It's definitely there. Just go after it. Just go after it. That's what you really want. Just go after it. And if you keep any, obviously there's gonna be obstacles. You're gonna fail. You're gonna miss a step. You're gonna have to step back 5 times. But it's okay. You just gotta get up and keep on going for what you really want. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. Mentally it's the most challenging part for sure. But you have to, if that's what you want, you got to keep that up front. In your head, you got to keep that in the front of it and just keep going after it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot of patience with yourself. Like you said,
Hmm.
um things not gonna go like you have these dreams and you have these goals and whatnot, but it takes time. It's not gonna just like just because you're sold out, you're like, this is what I want to do, blah, blah, blah. It's not like the first year it's gonna work out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
And
Exactly.
and
And
and some people who are in your life, they're not supportive, but that doesn't mean you're not able to accomplish those dreams. It's just maybe the people,
yeah.
the directors, or whoever's in
Yeah.
your life
Yeah.
at the time may not be the ones that are gonna mentor you and support you in what you're about
Yeah.
to.
Exactly. Exactly. It's okay. It, there's always it there's always a way to get to accomplish, to succeed. There's always a way, always, and never, there's no shortcut to it. Just that's one thing you gotta know. There's no shortcut to it. You just gotta keep going for it. No matter how many times you fall, just get back up. Just do it. Just do it. Then no matter how many hoops you gotta jump, just do it. Yeah, yeah,
Well, yeah, exactly. Especially if you're like the first, person to do something that you're about to do. You're basically trailblazing. You're
yeah,
starting something new. So there's nothing, no reference point.
yeah. Exactly,
And I feel like that's
exactly.
kind of like what you've been doing. You know what I mean? Like you're trying to create something that is like, okay, there's nobody like me, and so you trying to be creative in like finding your like how do you go about like in the movie industry, how do you get yourself to move in the direction you want to, but knowing you might have to sidestep and take other angles to keep going that way.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. And and everybody, yeah. I think and that's the no matter what what your goals are in life, it's definitely that focus on that goal. No matter how many you know bad talks are gonna come after you, or people are gonna live your life because of they don't like how things are going for you, whatever it is, the downs of life, but if you got one thing that you really focused on, that you really want to pursue, you just go after it, because you only have this life right here. That's all we got. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
and that's great advice. Like, yeah, you only have one life, and
Yeah.
don't even like let the people who aren't understanding and supportive of you discourage you from what was meant for you.
Yeah, exactly. And because all of that, you want to make this life that you have right now, the best of it, or, at least try to make the best of it. And because, once you pass, once you go in the afterlife, you can take all that with you, all that it's going to stay right here.
Hmm.
It's a whole different life, the afterlife's completely different. So, yeah, we
Yeah,
don't
so
have all these fun things, on the other side. Yeah.
yeah, this is like it's like it seems forever, but like it's really like the time is gonna be like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very short. Absolutely. Yeah.
um, so, is there any advice that you wanted to give, women who are pursuing the movie industry, especially like the islanders, because sometimes we can look and see, okay, this is who's in the industry, right? And then we don't see ourselves. Do you have any advice for other women, or young girls coming up, that you've learned in the 4 years that you would want them to know?
um, because you're from the island, or because you're a woman from the island, a female from the island, it doesn't mean that you're limited in this world. There's definitely challenges. I go through that a lot, every day. But just don't. It can be intimidating at times, for sure. It can be intimidating at times, but just don't know who you really are, what you're capable of, and that those are your best tool for to move forward, and to live the life that you deserve, and that you dream of, for sure. Know who you are, know what you deserve, and go for it. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely know who you are and know what you deserve.
Yeah.
Because sometimes like doing what you're doing is totally not what most parents who dream for a girl. You're like, what? You're gonna
Yeah. Yeah.
go into
Yeah.
this industry and you're gonna what? You're gonna jump off of buildings and you're gonna, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I even my kids, they're like, they look at me, they're like, Mom, what did you do? And I'm like, oh, I did this, and they're like, what? Yeah, they're like, you did what? And I'm like, yeah, and they're like, no, you didn't. And I go, I did, and they're like, okay, and then they just look at me like, they're
And
like,
then you're like,
wait, yeah, they still, like looking at me like funny, but I and I don't really talk too much about my work with my kids, because I want them to just, you know, continue seeing me as mom.
yeah,
At the end of the day, I'm
Braveheart
mom.
mom.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, I'm just mom. So yeah.
Well,
So, yeah.
I don't know about you, but sometimes the things that we celebrate and we think is cool, they're like, and like,
Yeah. Yeah. Literally. Yeah. I'm just mom. That's it.
I know
I mean,
sometimes I try to share
it
my
works for me.
wins with my son, and he's like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny though. Kids are awesome. Kids are the best. They really they're the only ones who know you for really who you are, and that's awesome. I like
at the end of the
that.
day, the boys are like, I love you. Can you cook for me while I'm hungry?
Yeah, exactly. So, mom, what time we eat? What time is dinner? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, you have a
Yeah.
break because they're on different islands right now. But when they're with you, I'm sure it's automatic to ask you,
Oh
mom.
yeah, it's like, she's like, you still kids and I'm still mom. Yeah, that will not change. That will not change.
They're like, mom, no matter what status you get to, you're mom. Okay, so just
Yeah,
remember.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So Pua, thank you so much for your time and just sharing about how it's important for us to know who we are and to be able to go after what like not like dream, but like what's important to us and what we value, and to not worry about what people think about us. What is the best way for people to connect with you? Is it mostly Instagram, or I know you're on TikTok and Instagram, but what is the best way for people to follow you?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I haven't been on TikTok for that much lately, but I guess for friends and all that, mostly Instagram, Facebook. I keep it. I like it because I can talk to my family, back in Tahiti. So that's why I have Facebook. But
Mostly
Instagram
Instagram.
works. Yeah, Instagram works.
Well, guys, definitely keep in touch. Follow up Pua's journey. Sometimes, guys, you're gonna choose a dream, a goal, a career that is like totally left field from what everybody in your family, friends know of, but doesn't mean it's gonna work. It's just you're just gonna have to trailblaze and figure out as you go. And so thank you so much, Pua, for being my guest, and I look forward to
Thanks for
continuously
having
following
me.
your journey.
Yeah.
So, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and have a great day, and a hui ho.
Okay, aloha.